I knew it, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, yeah, man, good, I knew it, you know. No, fucking hell.
I am taller than him.
How do you do that? You okay?
Oh my goodness, mate.
Oh my God. You know what? On my life, I said it's Manny, you know. On my life, I
Good to see you.
Good
Good to see you.
Good, man.
Well, twice in a year. Unbelievable. Not seen each other for 20, 27, 28 years.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit, man.
This is my spine, you know. This is my spine.
Man,
Oh my God.
You know what? She even tried to throw a spanner in the midst like it was a woman. And you know what I mean? I was like, nah, dude. You know what I mean? And like when she said it, I was like, it's Manny. And then I thought, no, Manny might not come down. He might not come, you know what I mean? And you couldn't actually.
I'm fine.
Oh, you
Come to
bitch.
sit with you.
You bitch, all my life. Can't believe he's got me to cry.
Oh my God.
No, I'm Marcus Lane, I don't cry.
You bitch.
Oh no, man. And you know what? I stood up before you went past it. You drove past it, I seen the car, and I thought of you, and I thought, nah, it's not man, And then when she went out, and she said, oh, if he doesn't, I'll come out to you. I said, is it Manny? Because the black BM just went past before, man. Bitch.
Good to see you. Good to see you, mate.
Oh, I don't believe it. Don't believe it.
I was, you know, I was watching the other, is it Vogue?
What?
The log,
Yeah.
with you, and I was going, it's Lemon Dozier, it's Lemon Dozier. Who is it?
I couldn't get it out.
Brennan's going, oh, don't know that.
Oh, I'm just rubbish with music. I've always been a book person.
Where was that? Where was it going?
Do you want me to take your coat, Annie?
I don't know where you
My nephew,
yeah,
died.
that's right.
Where was it going? The Lake District.
Yeah.
We had a job in the Lake District, so I could. It came
just
on.
throw it
I'm
on me
like,
back.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
just
fine.
put it on. But yeah, man, oh my gosh, all the memories I couldn't, you know, oh my God.
Good to see you. Good to see
I thought you
you.
saying that.
Oh, no, Shorty. I'm sure I'm an inch taller than you.
No, I can't.
No, I think you are, man. I think you are.
Look, no, he's not. My shoulders are.
He's a
You
more,
must go, yeah.
he's a more folder in there.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say before, didn't it, about our little connection out
Oh,
with Merchant
my
Navy.
God.
And my dad and I should have been in the Merchant Navy. And I.
But do you know one thing you were talking about when you mentioned your dad and going to you, and I'll never forget the first time I went to you, took me to your dad's.
I was upstairs.
We were upstairs. Oh my God. And we got wrecked, we were smoking away.
Do you remember that?
And I'd only really listened to kind of, you know, like soul and, you know, kind of, Al Green, all of that. And obviously Motown. And we were laid down. Oh, we were just really wrecked. And all these alarm bells went off. And I jumped, oh my God, I was terrified. And it was Pink Floyd dancing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never heard anything like this. She went, oh yeah.
Oh, that was mad.
Oh my God.
That was madness, that man.
I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that. Because I've never listened to really music like that before.
Yeah, you know.
Do you know what I mean? So,
You know what? It's just lovely seeing him next time as old friends.
Yeah, it's no, you know what? Listen, I've got two really good friends in my life. One's dead, and the other one's right here now, our kid. And you know, like, it doesn't matter about life.
yeah.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
You're a part of my life, and
Yeah.
will always be a part of my life.
Yeah.
I know thousands of people. I know you know people. I know these people. When me and you together, I've got to go 1 minute, Annie.
Yeah.
Or you go,
Yeah.
Marcus. You know what I mean? But you can go over there because I don't give a shit. You can go over there, Archie, because you'll always come back to me in my
True
head.
friendship, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we never did anything wrong, did we?
No,
Archie?
no,
we never
so,
hurt anybody.
no.
We never did anything that people could go them to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What we had was ours.
Exactly.
Was ours,
And I
you know
think
what I mean?
that was it, that kind of, that friendship. What, I mean, I was watching the video last night, and I was watching Tommy and Danny, and they've been friends since time began. And that's the type of friendship we have, where when we were together, it was if you weren't around, people were asking me, where's Marcus? And vice versa. Marcus, where's Manny? And he'd be going, I'm not his babysitter. I don't know where he is. And it'd be like that. But I think, and I suppose one of the things that I was thinking about, obviously coming up, was the Reno. That time in our lives, that the music, the environment,
the stigma of it all, it just made
it was unique. It really was unique.
It was. It's not unique, isn't strong enough. I don't think.
Just my memories. I mean, like everybody else, seen some really strange, horrendous things going on there.
You know what I mean?
But had some amazing nights there. You know what I mean?
Thing, like 1 minute you'd be sat there like that.
It's boring. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden someone would come in and you'd be like, come on, let's go down.
I know. It was mad, and it was mad, and it was the music.
It was, especially the music.
Because, see, for me, and this is just my opinion, and everyone else has their own, Cooley to me could play tune. And the way he played music. And because he was a bit moody with it. Because they were in the little cage, weren't they?
Oh.
The little pickety fence kind of.
Yeah.
And I'd go up and I'd go, what's this tune? And he'd just look at me and go, and he'd play it. And I'd be going back saying, what's that tune?
Yeah, I remember that one.
He said, I'll show you, and I'll show you once. And he'd take it and he'd show me, and he'd scratch the name off it. So I still didn't know what it was. Oh my goodness me. And Persian was good, great, but I mean for me,
Cooley was the boy. Cooley, right? Cooley could put you in the Reno with an empty head.
Yeah.
And like, he's never known in his life what love is about. And he'd play one tune. And he'd be clued up to the max.
Oh my God,
to the max,
feel it.
To the max, you'd be like, wow. Hence, speakers.
Yeah. Speakers.
Wow! Crazy acting, crazy.
There was a speaker next to the men's toilet, and there was the little booth.
You know what I mean? Oh my gosh.
We'd stand next to the speaker, and it was taller than us. It must have been about 6 foot, and the bass must have been like this. And every beat, every cymbal, every sax bit came through your body. You radiated.
You just.
Oh my God. And we smoked some weed then. We smoked some ganja.
Weed wasn't, what was it, £50, 50p a pop? And I was for a £5 wrap, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And like, because for me, right, when I first started smoking weed, I was living in secluded white people's areas. There was no black people, there was no one. It was like, what the fuck am I doing down there? You know what I mean? Because I've not realised that I'm black myself yet. You understand what I'm saying? I just know I'm not the same colour as you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I met up with these New Mills.
Yeah, New Mills.
And I met up with these hippies. But it was free because I could sit in there and I'm fucking hell.
Yeah.
You want weed?
Yeah.
What the fuck's a weed?
Yeah.
I've one of these. What the fuck is it? Just smoke it. Okay. It was Packy Black.
Yeah.
This is alright then. Yeah. But then I've just come out of proof school, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm like, wow, what the fuck is this game here, man? Yeah. And then I hit my side. Yeah. You know what I mean? I realised I'm black. I mean, all these black people, he smoked, give me some of that, I can smoke that. Going on there, it was just...
And the variety, you know.
Because there was all sorts. There was red lead, gold seal, Packy Black, Temple Ball.
Oh my God.
Weed.
Tie sticks.
African
tie sticks.
Oh my... Do you remember Steve Baker?
No. I'm sure I do.
Half casket used to come to town. He used to be with a lesbian. And used to always have tie stick. And we used to go in that. You know, in the underground market, there used to be a club round the corner, and we used to go in there, and he used to come in there with it. Oh man, the very first time I fantastic. Oh my God, my mum was banging on me.
What are you doing? What's that smell? What's that smell? It stinks in there. Oh, my mate's just burnt a bit of paper. It's nothing. I always remember it being like, you know what you had in the Budgie's cage.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
was that with the
budgie
slime and
mate,
rack
yeah.
slime, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
That was better than any of all this crap that they make now and all
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Drinking brandy.
Innit? Oh my God.
Drinking brandy.
Like on the door as well. Even if you only had 50p to buy him a brandy, he'd let you in and you go and spend your last penny on his brandy and take it upstairs to him. Because he used to always let us in, innit? You know,
We was, you know,
do you know he's still alive?
I know, I saw it.
I was like, nah, you're joking. I thought he'd passed a long time, Marky. I'd love to see him.
And I
He's
think,
on the video.
yeah.
Is he on there?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, like I say, he'd always be alright with us.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you say, when it was really rocking, you know, there was a queue outside.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd be thinking, you know, we just walking and going, and he'd go, come on, now, hurry up, go down the stairs. And like you say, them stairs, oh my God, if you fell down them stairs. I was listening the other night. Yeah, you got stuck at the bottom. People were walking over you. You know what I mean?
No help.
No,
You haven't got time to help. You've got to get in.
Exactly, yeah. Oh my God.
I had 3 changes in my life in that Reno. Because when I first went in, and it was just a little dark, dingy place, and it was older people. And then it was when my man, what was his name? Frank. He used to do the
Oh, Frank, the food.
He used to do the food.
Oh yeah.
He used to do the
God,
food.
he was mean.
Tiny little plates of food, but you know what?
Oh my God.
The best tomato chicken you ever had
It was lovely. It was lovely.
And you used to have to wait till they opened the door, remember? To open that little lock and then take you
round the back.
take you inside. And the next one was when he took that down, innit? And then it was up. You used to go in all in the back there, man, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh.
And then you'd go into the other room, into the billiard room, where they had the massive big snooker table and
to play billiards on there and all that.
Oh my God.
Well, some of the things I've seen go on in there. And you know what? It was a death trap, wasn't it?
Oh.
So health and safety nowadays.
Health and safety. If a fire started on them stairs, you were dead. You were dead because that was the only way out.
Yeah.
And if you went, you could get out the back.
But you died trying to get out the back there.
It's little alleyway like that.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to be a stand. Everyone would be pulling everybody back.
Yeah, you two know who your friend was there. Who was the fire? Get out of the fucking way.
I think everywhere we went at the time though, because after the Reno, it'd be the blues. And because of the blues till 6, and no matter where it was, whether it was Broadfield Road, I heard somebody mention banjos.
Did you ever go back?
Yeah.
Do you know what it was? It was alright, but it was more a gambling house.
Yeah.
And it was a hike to get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
And I didn't really. I used to go, but nothing major. But I think for me, the Reno and then going to the blues afterwards. When I left Moss Side, I left Moss Side when I was about 12, but like you, I went to Withington and there was no black people there. We were the only family at the time. But I knew Larty Lawson from when we were kids because we lived in Cecil Street together. And me and him used to walk at like, God knows, 6 o'clock in the morning, all the way down the Parkway to Withington. You know what I mean? Because I kind of knocked around with the lads there for a little while, but I wasn't one for going into the Princess and drinking pints all night. I tried it and it just wasn't me, so I took myself back to my side there. But God, you know, and what you were saying there was kind of again something I was thinking about. I lived in Moss Side all my life as a young person, and you know some of the experiences is that people had in regards to kind of how they were treated where they lived. It didn't happen. You know, for me as a kid, because I surrounded by everybody like Cottier and Tommy and all of them lot. And school wasn't an issue. The teachers were terrible, but the kids in the school were all right because
it was just
kids,
us.
the kids we live with, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
We grew up with.
But
oh my God, so many bloody incidents and situations and watching people getting robbed and hanging in there, seeing if he was going to get something out of it.
You know what? If he was struggling, he'd always some little bit at the latter end that you could like sponge a little living out of. You know what I mean? Definitely. No bare things going on. You're like, yeah, get in there, Manny. Quick, get over there, Manny. We'll have that. That's good. You know what I mean? Bit of potato on the floor. It's got a full potato. Mad. You know what I always, the best things, one of the best things that I always remember about me and you, for galleys.
Oh my God.
He used to sit in there because her husband was a white lad.
Mick.
Yeah. And she was, she Arabian?
Egyptian.
Egyptian. Yeah. And like, for some reason, we used to always end up in her house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it would just be in him and we'd have the tunes on in it. And we'd be, chilling. We haven't got no chilling. I know. Carrot. Go get a carrot. Go get a carrot, man. Silver ball, innit? And we'd end up, you know, like, and going to Reno, He used to be but like, it was the atmosphere in the house. Because even in the house, we had a little lamp on in it, so it was like the Reno sitting chatting shit, you know.
Same things like, we'll get Cooler to play that shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And you go and you're asking, they go, I'm playing my tune. But I like you say that the galleys. I mean, I always remember the mum and dad. That was a big guy, big presence. Didn't say much, but lovely guy, and the mum was lovely.
Well, I never met his mum and dad. I don't relate the mum and dad.
And there was Zaki, and I went to school with me, and Zaki was a little bit older, and then you had all the girls. And
that's it,
So we kind of grew up with them, around them, and Cottier and what have you. Myra,
Trick.
And Dave, and Stan Jackson. Oh my God. Stan Jackson. You know what I mean? Oh my God.
Oh no, Stan Jackson, man. Well, he was a fucking handful, wasn't he?
But do you know what? I've kind of been listening over the last couple of days, and you know, it's been amazing because I've learned so much. You know, because of people who I've known for such a long time.
Exactly, man. Same here.
But other aspects of him.
Same here. Yeah.
Because I think, again, you know, kind of, when we talk about the Reno and how it was, I think it was the same for all of us.
Of course it was.
You know, it was lovely and it was safe. You know, because nobody could come in trouble us.
No.
We didn't have any hassle there. I mean, it was the dynamics with us because we were all young guys.
No, exactly. We were saying this before. Your club, all the politics in the club itself, who you sat with, where you stood, who, you know what I mean? It all said something, didn't it?
If you spoke to somebody who was seeing somebody else,
there was all that.
You'd be going, well, talking to her, you know, wait, you know, you just stay away from her. And it was all them.
And people's sister, and people stay away from them.
That's my sister. That's it. And I know what you're like. You stay away from my sister. Oh my goodness.
I used to get bawled at, you know, because of our kid, and she used to, because she never come down the Reno, and like the things that went on in and around them places just wasn't for your family. You know what I mean? My sister turned up one day. I knew she was in Broadfield Road. I knew she would. Oh, Patrick. What the fuck are you doing there? Oh, Marcus, you're like, hey, Marcus, you're just talking. Get the fuck out of here now. You know what I mean? Mike, you can't tell me. You know, like, baby, go on, don't give a flying fuck. You start with it. You have to walk out of there. You know what I mean? Get out now, pick her up, carry her to the taxi, and then threaten the taxi driver. Take her on. If she's back in here, I'm battering you. You don't want it to be like that.
Oh my God. And funny enough, my sister tells a similar story to Annie saying that. Oh, it was terrible. You know,
it wasn't terrible.
Couldn't speak to people. People would speak to her, and then I'd go up and I'd threaten her. And she'd be like, I couldn't go out with anybody. He knew what's going on. I wasn't a bad guy in that sense, but Abby said,
your family is the scouts.
Oh my God, I know.
You know what I mean? I remember Crazy Steve was another one. You know what I mean? Oh, your sister, I'm going to slap her.
God.
Oh, you know.
What? Slap you? Get slapped by sister? Okay, how long we know? I'll fuck you up, mate. You know what I mean? Slap my sister. You know what I mean?
With his white suit on.
Everybody has told the story.
This geezer, you'd have to meet this geezer.
Oh, he was a character.
The persona he gives up. No, but I'm strictly dealing now.
Yeah.
You do not know him. And if I put him in front of you and walks out of this room, you'd be like, oh, Marcus, what are you coming back? You know what I mean? But like when you got to know who he was and what he was about.
Yeah.
He was just one of us. He watched every film that had ever existed and made up a personality of all of them.
Crazy Steve.
Yeah,
and even the word Crazy Steve. He thrived off
it,
you know
Crazy
what I mean?
Steve.
And,
but little did he know that everyone was like, oh, Crazy Steve. No, you know, like, oh, don't hold your breath when Crazy Steve was.
No, that's exactly how we would have read it. You know, with the way he seen himself. It was just brilliant.
One of the things that he used to do notorious is not little, there was little, you know, like, right, he used to live with us when we was kids, didn't he, you know what I mean? And I was about, I think he was about 13, 14, and he borrowed his motorbike. Come on, I'll take you out on the motorbike. It's just taking me out on the I was gone with his motorbike, this geezer didn't see his bike for a week. But that's what made him Crazy Steve, you know what I mean? But
boundaries were not existing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, there was no boundaries whatsoever.
I think it was that thing about, you know, because there were some bad lads, you know, and, you know, I kind of, you know, you couldn't stay clear of them, but you had,
You're too bad for me.
Yeah, you know, and...
No, but you'd have a persona with everybody, whether they was bad or not. There was some...
Oh, you had a
connection with something that, you know, like,
absolutely.
you and you one could get away with where you wouldn't be able to, or they wouldn't be able to. There was always... We always had that little thing, you know, where everybody liked us, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? And, like, some of the things that I'd get away with, and I'd be like, I'd come down to Reno and I'd be like, Manny, I think these are going to start with us tonight, you know what I mean? And I don't know. But because...
We'll see.
You know what I mean? But because I'm actually sat there fronting it, unawares to me that I'm fronting it, I'm just sat there thinking, are we going to be getting in trouble in a minute? But because I was sat there fronting it, it never happened, because everyone was now like, well, you don't know what that little top's going to do you? You know what I mean? So it was...
And I think the thing was, you always ended up back there because that's where we were.
You know, so
exactly,
even you know what I mean?
You were having some dynamics. You'd go and front it because it was like where we lived.
You'd have to.
You'd have to front it, or else you couldn't stay away because you wouldn't be able to go.
And you'd stay away for a week, and then like, I won't.
You did all kinds of things that got on. And went, did I miss that? Oh, did I miss that? You know. But characters, I mean, honestly, there's some amazing characters. And I've kind of been thinking of some of them, and I think one kind of person, well, not one, there's a million, but one guy I was thinking about was Flapper.
Flapper, yeah, man.
No, you have to get...
Do you remember Flapper?
Not the name, but go on, keep going.
Was the most ugliest guy. Well, that man could dance.
Oh, I know who you mean.
Mr. Shuffle.
God, he could dance.
He used to do this shuffle, man, and on my line, his legs would be going like really fast, but you know, like his feet would be like that, and then he'd be.
He was
he was amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was amazing.
And what I always remember about him is that, you know, he'd kind of leave the Reno every night and he'd have a girl on his arm.
Oh, yes, he could dance. No matter how ugly he was.
He'd kind of look at us and go, you think you're cute, but...
Yeah, watch me now,
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, that girl will be thinking, well, if he can dance, he can.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. And you know, he's one of them.
Going in with his little technique every night. I feel like a woman. Watch me just perfect the move.
Honestly, the dance floor was part for him. And when he danced, he could dance. Really could. I mean, I tell you who else is a great dancer, Milton Willis. Because you mentioned the popping. I used to go to the popping. and it was all open on a Friday and a Sunday. So Milton, Robert West, and 2 other guys, and for the life of me, and I can see them, but I can't remember their name. They used to go on the stage, and Milton would always say, "Go on the stage," and I'd go, "No." And we used to practice in Robert West's.
Practice your routine. Yeah.
It was like the Jackson 5 4 tops type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And God, the routines were brilliant, and you'd be on the stage, and it was amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Because I like to say, I used to stop popping, no alcohol, just pop on my.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, and like I say, all the kind of similar places, you know, that we used to go to, and like you were saying, we knew so many people that, you know. I mean, I'm like you. I know everybody, and you have these kind of connections with them. And you spend
This
a
is
bit
what I
of
was
time.
saying before.
You spend a bit of time with him because, like Cooley, I lived at Cooley's when I got to know him. And I had nowhere to stay. I was staying at Cooley's, and he was with Gene Mel at the time.
So which is this Cowsby Street, Manny?
No, was it?
It was
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And that was one of Phil's houses.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
right.
So I stayed there for a while. But then another a guy who I've spent good time with was Olu Sabi.
Chris Olu, yeah.
Chris Olu, you know what I mean? And again, it's you know, we were very similar in our ways, and like I said, the music, how we were, how we grew up.
You see what Manny's just said now, just about Olu, right now. Olu was a big part of my life before I knew Manny.
Wow.
So do you understand the connections that everybody's got?
Even
though I didn't know Manny at the time.
Yeah.
But Olu was my life.
Yeah.
Part of my life, like Crazy Steve.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? And that's the connection that everybody had. So if you walked into my office now and you didn't know anybody and you're waiting for me, you've only heard about me, you've never seen me, you don't know what I look like or whatever, and you're sat there, you're a bit anxious, which is a natural thing. But for us, if we was in a room, I don't know him, and then one of my friends would walk in and go, "Marcus, yo, Manny."
Yeah.
There's our new connection.
That's it.
Do you understand me? So that now made me easy for me to go, "Yeah, Manny, you alright, man, Marcus," and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean?
And in the same kind of way, the kind of work I do now, and I'm always talking about, or encouraging people to connect. We were doing that because we all knew each other. Steve was talking about the football and Afroville. You know, oh my God, and you know, it was the Reno till 3 o'clock, and then we were told, "Don't go to the Blues. You need to go home." We were playing at 1 o'clock.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
what a team, amazing team, you know, and you know, so we had that connection. Apart from kind of, because like you saying there, people who I might not have kind of known too well when I was really young, because they were from Cheetham Mill and places like that. Plus we got older and I knew through other people.
You know what I mean? And the connection was already there, wasn't it? Even though you didn't know them, the connection was already there.
Well, you've got to say hello to someone, or say, you know, be smoking with someone, and that person would be with them. So that you get to know them. So then you go to the Reno and say, "Oh yeah,
I know him," and then somebody else would come.
That's it.
And then somebody else. And then somebody else, and it was like everybody knew everybody without knowing anybody. Just crazy. Just crazy, man.
And I remember, because I know I was saying to you the other week, I kind of left home when I was young. Loads of dynamics with my dad and what have you. God rest his soul. And I went to live. Do you remember Robin?
Robin Goodwin. Robin used to do leather design.
No, I didn't know him when we were young because he lived in Oxford.
He was posh.
He was dead posh, and he spoke dead posh. But his brother, I knew his brother Tony. But they didn't know they were brothers. You know what I mean? And it was we were having a conversation one day, and we were talking, and they were looking at each other, and went, "What's going on here?" And he went, "We've got the same dad."
You've got the same dad. You've got the same shoes. You've got the same dad.
You know what I mean?
So I went to live at Robin's, you know what I mean? And funny, something what Steve was saying, doing the bits of running, because all the older guys would be at his mum's and what have you. And they'd be going, "Yeah, just run round to the Reno, go to the Western, go to the Denmark, get me a weed, and you get a treat for it." You know what I mean? And it was like, that exciting.
No,
you know I mean?
It's madness, isn't it?
It is, and it was kind of like, that was kind of my induction into it, you know. and it just kind of snowballed, you know. And I think, you know, that era, really, really fond memories, and, you know, met a lot of people, and a lot of good people.
It designed your life.
Yeah.
And this is like when Cooley passed, I put on status, you know, like, he taught me a lot of things through his music, which it was, because like the Bowdy tunes, you know, like Shoe Shine Boy.
Yeah.
It was a nice song, but it was hate. It was hate. You know what I mean? Like, well, these people taking the piss. Why are they calling us Shoe Shine Boys? Yet the tune itself was like endearing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Empowering.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you'd be, what was that? Papillon Johnson, Papillon.
Yeah.
Best friends, a lot of things like that.
Yeah.
It was always
blank account.
Yeah, you do. If you came on, you'd go, yeah. And like, send him, forget me not.
Oh my
you know,
God.
oh my God. But like, just everyday tunes.
Yeah.
But it was how it came across and the way it was played, give you a persona of, you know, like,
Well, it reinforced the sense of identity. You know, what society, to a degree, was giving us, and the way that society is, and the kind of inherent prejudice that our society has.
You know what I mean?
But there it was connected. It was talking about the riots, and I was with Rose. We were throwing, and then running, and then throwing. And I was with Rose.
Yeah, you was really getting into it. Really got into it though, didn't you? You can't believe it. Our moment.
Exactly, you know. And, but things like that, and then we all ended up going to Winslow Road, and all the shops just lost the glass. You know what I mean? I think after that we then learned to put shutters down because nothing had happened like that before.
But do you know what's bad about that though, Manny? The next day when everything was burning and we'd burnt down our own place like fools.
I know.
You know, like you're looking at Dixon's and Barry's, it's like, fucking hell, man. Dixon's was our super friends. You needed a washer or a fucking thing, you went to Dixon's, and you got your first jeans from Barry's, you got ice cream.
It's uniform.
Everything was
And I suppose at the time it was all that kind of that pent up kind of frustration, because like growing up in that environment, and you know what's funny enough, my mum always used to say to me when I was going out, when I was at home, so when I was young, watch the police. That's what she used to say. That was her kind of tip to me. Watch the police. And I think, and obviously as I've grown up and look, see how society is, and we have lots of freedoms and lots of space and things like that, and we do have a voice, but when you kind of look at it historically, we really we were dealt a bad deal to start with in regards to education, housing, all of them things, and lots of us have kind of worked out to move from that, but kind of going back to them good times and the music. Our kids now love that music.
No, Rachel,
my God.
All her tunes,
my daughter's playing a
music,
tune, or my son's playing a tune, and I go, that loop in the background, go look at all them CDs what me and your mum have got over the years, and you'll hear that, and she'll go, no, that's new. And we'll play it, and she'll go, oh my God. Or she'll come to us and say, or my lad will come and they'll say, listen to this. You played this for me I heard this ages ago when I was a baby or something like that. So they're still going around, I remember I went to see Larty, lives in Stockport, and Mia must have been, is 16 now, she must have been about 3, and I went to visit him, and his collection of music, I was envious because with the episode I had before I left here, that all went, all the music and everything, because I had all the music and all, and they were the first things to be sold, because of going to the gear, and my life was in chaos, and so all them kind of personal things went, because everybody knew I had them, and not in a bad way, but people would go, what, you're selling them albums? Oh, I'll buy them off you, rather than saying, I'll take them off you and look after them for you. That wasn't happening.
That was the downside to life back then.
Dog eat dog.
Well, it was dog eat dog, but some people got off on your misfortune, and they're the people that we don't bother about. No, but this there's certain people that do it that shouldn't have done it. That's where I'm coming
Yeah, well,
from.
I think,
You know what I'm saying?
and I think one of the you know, one of the kind of really sad things that, you know, had a really big impact was when heroin came about and was prevalent in our community, you know, and the money that was being made, it does make people change that kind of lifestyle.
Of course it did. Everyone started changing when
sadly.
You know what I mean? Because you couldn't. There was no more you and me.
Yeah,
it was
I.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there was a lot of big money to be made. But even in the early days when, you know, people got involved in it, I'll never forget, and I think about this occasionally. And again, a lovely guy, sadly passed away, Derek. He got chased by the police. And
Derek's not my Derek.
Now I remember meeting Derek, and he was in the Reno one night, and I was kind of, you know, I had bags of gear, and I thought it was gentle at the time. And I could see he wasn't too well, and I said, yeah, do you want some? And, you know, because he was at the time, and I just gave him, and he looked at me and he went, you know what, and he said, I really appreciate that. He said, but I'm going to tell you something. There's going to be a day when you wouldn't think of giving me or anybody else. And I went, nah, don't worry about it. I mean, I know what he means now, because, you know, when the shit hit the fan, you know, it was a hard time, you know what I mean? And I suppose for me, you know, it obviously had such a big impact personally, but, you know, and my family and everybody else type of thing, you know.
Well, I think that you know, like that was you know, like on our worst lows.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when we were strong, Yeah. You know what I mean? But when we was low, it was low arcing and perceptible to anything. Because even I didn't have Triggies. You know, Triggies from the
Pandora's box.
Right. my first time I ever done that was Derek had done it.
Yeah.
And like I'd done like that. What was it? I think it was a $5 for a fucking rat. I mean, a rat. So I've gone in Triggies, and Triggy was doing it. Gone, give me one of them. But everyone was in there arcing. You know what I mean? And I've sat on the step and I've done it. I ended up throwing it away because I was like, what the fuck is this? I've gone to Derek's. Sat at Derek's and Taylor's. Derek and Taylor knew what was happening. You know, I didn't tell them. I was like, I need something to eat. I feel I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel I need something to eat. But like, you know what I was like with Taylor and Derek, you know what I mean? Whatever was theirs is mine, you know what I'm saying? So I've gone in the kitchen and I had cereals, and that's what we used to always do. Give me some cereals, that'll sort me out. I had the cereals, next thing you know, I was in the toilet.
Throwing up.
I was like, what the fuck is this? But it's not, it wasn't a whitey. It was 50 times worse than a whitey, and it wasn't, and it didn't apprehend in my head, so to speak. It wasn't there, you know what I mean? And from that, I never looked at it.
And I think, like you say, that was that deterrent for you. Was like, well,
was
this
the sickness.
That
was, you know, what the fuck am I paying money for to do this?
Exactly.
Do you understand? No, that's what it was for me, and that kept me away from it. Lucky enough, you know what I'm saying? But like,
I hope they like a hog.
But Manny, how did that come about though?
Because he was low.
He was about? You know, listen. I think what you know, analysing it and looking.
No, yeah.
I think, you know, you're right. You know, you know, now when I look back, you know, no matter what anybody, and I speak for me, you know, you may have thought I was the bee's knees and I could, you know, sell gear and I had money and all that, but you know what? I was susceptible because I wasn't strong, and I wasn't strong emotionally, and it was like I was searching for something, and I got that comfort from addiction. Do you know what I mean? But
nobody realises
the price
you to a place that you don't want to be at.
And the price, you know what I mean? And the price you pay, you can't get back.
Exactly.
And for me, it was like, and then the crack come, and I had the dual addiction, and it was like, it was chaos. You know, I mean, I can look back now. I mean, you know, it was all right when I was making grants, and you have to touch, and you know, all of them things. But my health, I was ill. My mum ended up flying in from Canada because they told her I was dying. I was in hospital for 3 months. I had hepatitis, chronic liver failure. All of them things. I came out and used the same day.
Wow.
You know, so I got a bit healthy.
No, that's because there was nobody around him to put him in that fucking shell and hold him. You understand me?
Yeah, yeah.
When you came out, you were still alone.
Yeah,
and that's what
totally.
That's what fucking mattered.
And I think,
you know what I mean?
and I think what happened was that other people were experiencing it, but like there was no drug services for
No, there's nothing.
What years are we talking, Manny?
Me, I stopped in 90, and I'm talking 78. 78 was the first time.
12 years.
Yeah, and in that time, I've been telling about numerous occasions. And I suppose, like now, I work in treatment and there's loads and loads of support and things like that. And especially in our community, people
our community
like that. Do you know what I mean? If you wanted that help, you had to go out and you felt comfortable. So it was like a double-edged sword, you needed to go.
Say that last bit again, man.
It was like a double-edged sword because you had to get out the community. There was people who wanted to support you, but not the proper services, the counselling, or whatever was available. So you had to go out in the community to get that. And you didn't want to go out of the community because you felt comfortable around the people who you were using with and the people who you kind of knew. So
that must be scary.
Yeah, and for me, I kind of went off and in a strange kind of way, it was meant to happen, but I went to jail a couple of times, and then I bumped in, and I had a guy, a drug worker, who came to the prison, and I met him, and I ended up going off to a rehab, and I've never looked back,
And this is in
1990, so it's been 26 years.
Wow.
And the first time I came back, and for not any bad reasons, because I came back to Cooley's funeral. I wanted to pay my respects to Cooley and the family. That was and great meeting him. Because we connect on Facebook, but that face to face.
No, the face to face business is just
amazing. And I suppose in a sense it's kind of broke the ice because my last couple of years was really bad here. I think when you're in the throes of addiction in a bad way, you lose
shut down,
you lose your respect, and people lose respect for you.
No, that's like that. I understand what you're saying, but for me, the way I see it, you only lose respect. Well, you're on it.
Yeah, to behave.
You can't see any different.
Yeah,
you understand me? But you have been and always will be a special person in my life.
Oh, I know that.
No, but this is what I'm trying to show you.
Yeah.
You understand me? So I can see through that. That does not matter to me.
Yeah.
The hurtful part for me in that scenario there, is when he disappeared.
Yeah.
That's the only hurtful thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It wasn't.
I think
the gear.
Yeah. Come here.
Oh.
I love you.
Yeah, I mean,
if I hadn't gone, I won't be sat here now.
Which
really
think I'm crying, because look who's next to me. Look who's next to me after all this time, Mikey. You know what I mean? You only get one chance in life. You know what I'm saying? I lost Derek. I'm about to lose the next man. But he disappeared, you know what I mean? He was gone.
I'm back.
I mean, he's an happy tears. Well, anybody thinks any different, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
And like it for me, I don't do this shit, man. You know me. You know what I mean? I don't do this shit, but there's things in my life that me.
No, let him have the tears. Don't look him up
to me. You know what I'm saying?
I know what
I mean to me, and there's not a lot of things that I can hold dear and be true to in my life. You know what I mean?
But how do you feel? I feel the same because we know lots of people, but there's only so many people that I talk about to people like my wife and my kids who don't know what I'm talking about, but they know that these people are dear to me, and you are that person.
Well, you're a bigger part of my life than anyone had ever known. Ever. And fucking almost, you know what I mean? It's horrible. I haven't felt like this for years. I wouldn't let it show.
But do you know what? We look great for 60.
Don't we?
Who's 60? 49.
You've blown his cover, man.
I'm 21 in the end. You know.
Don't let my hair grow, let my beard grow.
Oh my God.
I look 60. But you know when I'm fresh, you know, I only got shaved today because of you.
I know, I
know. They showed me that I look young, man, you know what I mean?
Did you see outside though with a leather skirt? 65, man, looking like Barbarella on the couch.
Yeah. And do you know one of the things though? One of the things I'm going to tell you this now. Okay. There was one thing that I was really, really jealous about with you. I've got to tell you this. He had the most amazing afro.
Oh no, Marcus had the best hair ever, man.
Oh
Marcus had the best fucking hair ever.
I had this tight, picky, bloody bit.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I love the skiffles, mate. The skiffle was.
Yeah.